We have arrived at the new moon in August of 2025, and we have some bottles to look at. And this has been I can't even tell you how many times I've tried to do this video because I've had some issues with my phone and storage and all this other stuff. So here I am, I'm trying to gain, and I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go rogue, and you may hear neighbors in their garden, you may hear my dogs barking, I don't know, but I'm just going to go for it, and I apologize for anything that's out there. But here we are, the new moon, that place where we can go into the stillness and into the void and look at what resides there and where our dreams, goals, and desires are. And yeah, we can look at that and then see what it is that we want to manifest over this next 29-day cycle, or what we want to start over that 29-day cycle. And so I've had a theme on my social media this week, and it's all been about alignment and what does it mean? How do we know when we're in alignment? How do we know we're not in alignment? And the reality of that is that we definitely know when we're in alignment and not in alignment, but that is all specific to each person. And but it's up to us to actually figure that out, right? I see coral as a color that really taps into alignment, right? Coral is unconditional self-acceptance, and coral really helps us to connect to the highest version of ourselves and the highest vibration of ourselves. And to be in that vibration, we also have to be in alignment. So you can see where the connection is between these two things, right? And alignment is that place where our thoughts, beliefs, and actions mirror exactly what we hold inside. So you can't be, being nice out here and feeling not so good in here, or the vice versa, right? Not feeling really good in here and being not so nice out here, kind of thing. You get the general gist of what I'm saying, right? And coral helps us to also explore issues or the issue of self-love and the issue of self-worth or self-value. And the more that we love ourselves and the more that we value ourselves, the more that will actually be portrayed out into our environment and everything that we tap into out there. And so that means if you're trying to manifest something, we can actually do it a lot quicker when we're in alignment and when we're in a space of unconditional self-love, unconditional self-acceptance, and we really value ourselves. And the thing is, why don't you try that? Because what have you got to lose by trying that, other than, finding, great self-acceptance and great love? So I picked 3 coral bottles for support over this new moon cycle. And so let's have a look and see what those 3 bottles are. So the first bottle we have, and I gotta flip my notes because I want to make sure I remember everything. The first bottle we have is this lovely here. This is G24. This is called Reconnection, and it is coral over top of copper. And it's such a lovely combination, these two colors, right? Copper is the connection. In this case, copper is the connection to the planet, not just Mother Earth, but the planet at large. And that includes everything, because we are all connected. We're connected to, the sky, the water, the trees, the plants, and every creature that's here, and every human that's here. And whether we like them or not, that's the fact. We're all connected on that light, right? And we get a real sense of grounding in this and being present. But it's paired with coral, and coral is that color of self-acceptance. So really it is about grounding that self-acceptance, unconditional self-acceptance into the earth at this time, right? Coral's message of self-acceptance really is about also about reconnection with the self, right? So that reconnection with the self, and then we have the reconnection back out, right? We're finding more and more that we're moving towards thoughts of the collective. And and here we have also sit in that space of coral, and you have these beautiful hearts, and you have this beautiful love inside, and what's the point of keeping it in a closet? It's now time to really shine that out to the world. Show the world who you really are. I mean, more people shining their light is always a good thing, I think, anyway. And what have you got to lose? Again, just shine as bright as you can. Feel the warm embrace of that copper while you're shining, or while you're attempting to go through and telling yourself all the reasons why you can't accept yourself. Right? But really tap into copper, wear it, color with it, wear coral, wear them both together, and really anchor your light, and then share that around the planet globally. So that is number G24. And so the next bottle we're going to look at is actually G25. This bottle is called Integration, and this is a coral bottle over coral. And a lot of people talk about how they feel that they have made these shifts, and they can't really, they can't really put their finger on what it is that's actually going on, but they feel different and they feel that they have shifted in some way in their lives, right? It's almost that there's a greater awareness, and it's almost like we kind of like had a little bit of a nap and then we woke up, not like we've been asleep forever, but there's a quick nap and then we kind of woke up and you feel a little disorientated. It's kind of the same energy of that, right? And now there's this remembering, right? Remembering again, right? How gifted we actually are. And you're very gifted. Look for it. It won't take long for you to actually, if you're in coral and self-acceptance, look at the gifts that you bring to this planet, right? And also it's kind of like we're remembering aspects of ourselves that we kind of lost along the way, whether in this lifetime or other lifetimes, right? But it's time to claim these aspects back, right? And really integrate them into this new version of ourselves. And coral, being made up of pink and yellow, which is love and joy, is really about starting to live our everyday from that perspective of love and joy. The aspects and the things that have gone on in our life, whether we judge them as good or bad, have occurred because they're there for us to learn from, right? We draw these things into our lives, and there are great lessons in all of them. And I know that's really hard to accept when we sit in a space of grief, right? But there are gifts in grief. Without a doubt, there are. We can find so much out about ourselves in that process. And so integrating all of these aspects of ourselves and loving them, because we're in a double coral bottle here, right? Really incorporate them and love them. Love them as they're your own children, right? And help to really integrate that love and joy into your everyday life. Accept it all and just really, again, spread that around the planet. And so then we're now sitting with the third and final bottle, and that is G26 here. This bottle is called Surprise, Surprise. Alignment, and it's pale coral over top of diamond clear, and well, there you have it. Right? Alignment in a bottle. And I really think that this bottle really does say alignment. I am alignment, right? The coral really again is asking you to tap into that unconditional self-acceptance and really think about what that means, right? What does self-acceptance mean? And do you? Or do you, most but not all, here's the thing, right? Especially when we're looking at things that have gone from the past, right? That all that stuff that we sit and we hold on to in our subconscious, right? Maybe thoughts of somebody who mistreated you, or somebody thought you mistreated them. A failed relationship, a betrayal, misplaced trust. You lost money. The woulda, coulda, shouldas. All of those things. They're there, but they certainly do not serve you, right? And it's time for us to actually look at them and embrace them, right? Look at these things and just, understand that we learned so much from that whole process, and then just release them. It's the emotion that we need to let go of. You just need to let go of that emotion, and then because then you're, it leaves space for other stuff to fill you up, like the good stuff, all the good stuff, right? And, it's funny, I had, earlier in the week, I was thinking about, all of a sudden this story popped up in my head. I've been married for 26 years, and this story was about something that happened just before my wedding. And I was aware that when this popped into my head, that I actually still had an emotion attached to it. I went, gosh, this doesn't mean anything anymore. The people involved, or one of the people who was involved, isn't even alive anymore. So it's kind of like, God, let that go. It's not really worth it. It was so easy to release that. Yeah. So pay attention to those things that pop up into your mind, right? And really, again, see if you really want to bring those things into your story. And I say just release it. And if you're having troubles releasing it, you can go onto my website and choose a bottle and see if that actually helps. So there we have it. I've gone rogue. Here is the new moon video. And I hope that those bottle explanations were helpful. By all means, like and subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you on the next full moon.